Yo, last night I recorded a video that I've titled "At James Samuel is Karl Mordo," and in that video I watch several clips from different movies and listen to music and stuff. And there's copyright claims that get generated by YouTube through algorithms and stuff, and so everything basically and I don't monetize these videos. These videos actually I use YouTube uh, to kind of protect myself as far as like there's a something like first of all to express myself, but also I'm kind of using this like, hey, these something has attacked me, and like I reached out to like James Samuel a while back. I wasn't sure if they were participating, but it felt like Jay Electronica and James Samuel were participating, and with this Stephanie Justin character, and it has like transformed into this Stephanie Justin character absolutely is doing something that has like attacked and harassed me, and then has really affected my mental health and hurt me, and I've asked for help. But in any instance, I'm trying to use kind of these videos to at least show my situation, and I need some kind of fair action taken for me against Stephanie Justin, or actually a number of things, but I think the Stephanie Justin thing, absolutely. Public accountability on that would fix a lot of things for me, or I think at least put like it's a step in the right direction, and momentum would be gained after that, and it's like something that kind of proves out, hey, there is a situation going on around me which is not normal, and that has been going on for like years, and that I've been asking for help, and people either have been ignoring it, or they see it and they lie about it, or they look at it for me and then they don't see anything, but that there's clearly something going on, and I just can't get people to speak out for me in like the way that I'm asking. So in any instance, this is like a copyright content claim, right? And hold on one moment. So I'm gonna go to the uh, here. So I'm gonna open up my YouTube channel thing and see all the videos here. And when you go to the details, so if you click the video, and also he's even doing the shushing thing that Stephanie Juicin. That's part of the video, and so I'm trying to explain and show how it seems like these men are participating in this really abusive psychological game that people have started playing around me a while back, and like it is clearly going on now. It is 100% like it is obvious. Stephanie Justin's literally taunting so much that at this point, my cousin Joshua Stone, son of Kathleen Stone, a judge here in Houston, Texas, uh, Joshua has said it's happening and it's wrong. Whatever else is going on with him in this situation, I can't get him or my mom or anybody else to just contact the news. And I'm sending stuff to the news. I guess maybe they don't think the news is competent enough to do it or something. I don't know, or that it's I really think they think it's not newsworthy. But like, I just saw something last night. Like I got off making this video or this morning, and then I was like sitting here as it's uploading, and like the news, Channel Two's doing like, hey, this girl's getting bullied in school, and the teachers aren't doing anything about it. All right, well, this Matthew Ray Wilkins is getting bullied in life, and in an illegal fashion, and the police have been involved in previous time, and when they lied to the police previously, as I was lashing out at people because they were this is something going on. Whether I was lashing out at the right people, okay, well you got to engage. This is going on, and this is bigger than any of the people that were doing. Like these people have, like in the Stephanie Justin thing, which is absolutely going on. She has the power dynamics way off. Hundreds of thousands of followers, at least 100,000 followers. I'm just some dude, right? You know on Instagram, I have 200 followers. I just make music and stuff and play games. If I'm not that, and people are trying to lie about my situation, well, then this is then you can't bullshit. It's one or the other. But so I either am just a dude or something way more. But like you have to engage. If I'm just a dude and this Stephanie Justin thing is clearly going on, and it's even taunting that it's about mental health and trying to it's like a satire on it because it's mocking the situation where there's something like trying to get someone to hurt themselves or to commit acts of terrorism. That's literally in the videos. If you go watch the Stephanie Houston is Matt or Stephanie Houston versus My Mental Health, vs My Mental Health, you very clearly, like, you would have to be lying to not get that from. That's what it's trying to, it's mocking the situation. And again, it's mocking the police here, who, I mean, to some degree, maybe they deserve, like, it's so laughable that they not just allowed it, but played into it. Maybe they're corrupt. Are they mad that I would say that it's laughable that they're incompetent or corrupt? They've passed over 260,000 cases here and are currently in trouble for not looking at literal rape and sexual assault cases. So, they are already in trouble here for doing stuff wrong. I don't put it past them for having done more stuff. Specifically in my situation, where they did not treat it right, and they listened to liars, they listened to slander, and people are playing a game around me, and it was easier to hide then, but then people got arrogant and prideful and boastful, and once you get certain, like, once you do that and it's proved out that in the past I was right and they were lying to the police, then there's an impetus on the police or whoever has participated to make it right to me and to compensate me. And this has been hurting me. So there needs to be some action taken to actually deal with this. But as I go in here, and there's other stuff around this situation that I'm saying, I think I'm pointing to a situation where something really evil's going on with the Alessandra and Andra Ambrosio thing, and I'm trying to ask for help with it and figure out what's going on and, whatever, and I'm not getting any. And so it would be, really appreciated if, because there's a weird situation going on, and it seems like some people have compromised my digital accounts and my digital identity, and just changing my passwords and shit is not going to be enough. But really, I'm making this specific video just to show this process where I'm going to do the copyright. Um, like, you can see here, there's some music that was in here and stuff like that. But and only this Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness stuff is what is being blocked, and it's by Disney. They, you you can go to the Yo TV videos and see what I was saying about Disney. If they aren't an evil corporation that's like empowering the attacks on me or something, then they should start acting right, because it doesn't seem like they're acting right as a company. Definitely not magical kingdom, like in any good way. Maybe an evil magical kingdom like a sorcerer kingdom or something, but not like the kingdom of heaven. Anyway, so dispute this. I'm gonna dispute it. I'm not trimming it out. At least not currently. There are some videos actually in the Yo TV era that tried to go back and make public here recently, and they're just blocked, and I can't actually even do anything about it. Like, I can't dispute it at this point, even though I think if the eyes were on it, it would be clearly fair use. And then I can't. And this is because people wanted to shut me up then. It's just harder because I've towed the line well now, and like, we're at a point where you have to be lying in the face of like what's happening with Stephanie Houston isn't happening. But okay. So some of the older videos, I'd like, if I can get some light on this and show that some weird situations going on around me, and I need some sort of protection that allows me to just exist and express myself, and I don't know, not be robbed and maybe compensated for what I've gone through, like from the agencies and stuff that have really wronged me and not protected me, and then doubled down on lies and slander against me. And all sorts of people participated, and did I handle it well? I mean, if I'm going through the thing already, and then all these people are like doubling down on this evil that's been done to me, I think I handled it well enough. If I just like said things to people, if they were mad that I was, speaking my truth to power, well then, they're bad people for trying to double down on what evil was being done to me. So anyway, okay, my dispute is not based on, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this. What I'm saying is copyright exceptions such as fair use. I'm clearly, first of all, I've transformed it. I have my own overlay over it. There's a narrative around what I'm saying. I'm sitting there attaching it with other movie clips from other things. It's not just like one, the DC universe or the Marvel universe. I'm just showing that they're all part of my universe. And probably if you're watching to the degree that you're a part of the, universe or cosmos, as the Bible says, the world, like, you're like, it's a part of your reality too, right? And so my point is, I should be able to use it to like explain this situation that's going on to me, even if it's, you can say I'm crazy, you can say I'm weird. Well, I should have the artistic allowance of using this to try to express myself, and especially if I've been wronged, which I have, I should be able to use this to like maybe protect myself or show that some weird thing is going on and that it deserves people looking at it and like helping me, not telling me I'm crazy or hurting me or causing me problems or abusing me, like helping me. And like I can't be more so to the news. I might just send this to the news too. I'm trying to send as much to the news. I'd like to live my life out pretty much in public, and the news should be doing its job. Local news here in Houston, Channel 2, Channel 8, Channel 11, Channel 13, Channel 26, uh, Channel 39, Univision and Telemundo, so Channel 45 and Channel 47. But you know, the impetus is on those news affiliates to cover this because it's a bigger story than a girl getting uh, bullied in high school. This is like celebrities are involved in this. This is like, in the least, Stephanie Houston, a niche celebrity where the power dynamic is still okay. You're covering a high school fight. This girl has like 100+ thousand followers. She's a part of a major video game franchise, Metal Gear Solid. She's literally the character Quiet. Like, it is her image. So the idea that if I'm just Matthew Ray Wilkins, just some random guy, then the power dynamic is way off, and the new like people are not covering something where someone who has way more power than me, seemingly, or at least social influence and stuff, is being used to harass me and hurt me. And I want it over with. And I want to be compensated for having gone through it. And when I originally brought it up, people lied about the situation, and I was thrown into mental hospital and I was thrown into jail. That's wrong. That is so wrong. And I seem to be the only one speaking up for situations that I think some evil shit is going on, and I just can't get people to engage. But okay, I'd like to show just real fast. Neo in the Matrix, John Wick. And like, I can have these witty kind of things where I'm watching this and saying stuff, and if you don't find it funny, okay, that's not a or insightful or whatever artistic, that's fine. It's not a reason to not engage the thing that I'm talking about with Stephanie Houston. And like, okay, if I'm having supposed mental health issues, you need to engage what is clearly a mental poison that is specifically designed to hurt me, as what is has been going on with Stephanie Houston. I mean, literally, the naming the thing Matt is like just so obvious, and the attempt is to just harass me as publicly and as evilly as possible without like people getting involved, like without getting the news involved or whoever. But they should be, and if to some degree they already are and they're aware, you're evil people and you deserve all the worst things in the world. And I think that's what's being manifested around you. So please engage this. If you're not, and you're oh, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, okay, please help me. That's like, I'm trying to be as reasonable as possible and not lash out at people, but there are people that deserve it, and it's hard to figure out who those people are. But even then, it's like, all right, let me remain calm and try to explain this out. But it's the Doctor Strange thing anyway. So there's not just one of them in here. And part of the thing is James Samuel is Karl Mordo. It's almost like this feels like this is my reality. Like, as you're watching the scene where he's like talking to Mordo in the Illuminati, and like you know, like I'm Doctor Strange, and like I'm in handcuffs in front of some people that do not deserve power, to this kind of power, to like where they could have helped me and they haven't. And then you see how it ends for the Illuminati in that. But in any instant, in the video that I've recorded, and in Doctor Strange, but you know, I just like the fact that it seems like in my reality I'm Doctor Strange, and and James Samuel is Karl Mordo. I mean, it just seems like okay, okay, right? But in any instance, it does feel like it's my intellectual property or something, like actually. But in any instance, it is fair use. So I'm making sure that, like, I'm recording this so that if a claim comes back saying it's not fair use, I have evidence that it is clearly fair use and they're making claims against things that they shouldn't, which is illegal. And so, yeah, or it's something that if I could shine a light on it and force the situation, they would have to stop and like allow the fair use because it's fair. So you can see you dispute it, it's 30 days. Okay, 30 days. Claimant may release or reinstate the claim. If they don't take action in 30 days, the claim will be released. Your video will be made visible in 48 hours. No contact information needed. If the claim is reinstated, you will be able to appeal. Okay. Fair use. There's no magical formula to determine whether you're protected by an exception to copyright, such as fair use or fair dealing. In general, courts look at the degree to which you've transformed the original content into something new and unique. I mean, if it's my intellectual property anyway, or it seems like it, I mean, do I even have to do that? But I clearly have. But I mean, you may want to get some legal advice if you're certain about disputing. I'm certain. It's like if you're uncertain, but I'm certain. It's clearly. I mean, like you watch the video. I'm describing like I'm not gonna watch it now because it's 5 hours long. But I'm clearly speaking over it and giving commentary that is it changes it because now you understand more. Like, hey, oh, James Samuel really is Carl Mordo. Uh, is Matt Doctor Strange? Or like real is he if that's Marvel, is Matt the DC version, John Constantine? That's even what was going on in the when I said I think John Wick or whatever. It's like I was making the point like John Constantine, John Wick, John Osterman. I'm just tying stuff together, but I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to like have fun with kind of these concepts. What people aren't allowed to do is the Stephanie Houston thing where it's like, her image is being used to harass me, I think, by a group of men. But okay, types of reuse or a group of evil women. Evil men or women, whatever, they're all evil. Whoever's using it seems really evil to me. Okay, types of reuse that may be okay. Parroting or commenting on an original work may be protected by an exception to copyright, such as fair use or fair dealing. It may be because this is, but it's trying to maintain they're trying to hold the right to just if they feel like it, shut you up. So I'm trying to make the point that like, all right, this is clearly what this is, and I'll have this video. But maybe they'll even I can clip out the segment if this ends up going up and the segment is clipped out. Like I could clip it out in Shotcut even, which is like the video editing program I use instead of using their thing. But I'll put this up and then you'll see like, hey, something weird is going on where they're trying to use these copyright things to shut me up. And I'm trying to use it to protect myself, like these video clips to protect myself. Seems like maybe they stole from me. I mean, is that crazy? Okay, deal with the Stephanie Houston thing, then we can talk about how crazy I am. So examples include showing short clips of a film while reviewing that movie or quoting a celebrity in order to make fun of what they said. I mean, the whole thing is me making fun of James Samuel in this situation that's come up around him not speaking on this issue, where now, like, the quiet thing seems to, like, he's even doing the quiet thing. I mean, this is why I think it's a group of men that are trying to shush me down, and they think they're the Illuminati or some shit, and it's just really evil and bullshit, so I want it to be done. Common misconceptions about fair use. Giving credit to the copyright owner doesn't mean that you haven't infringed their rights and your video isn't protected because you don't monetize it. Keep in mind that many countries have specific sets of exceptions to copyright which are different from fair use. Well, here in America, it's what is described, and I've clearly made, like, it is clearly protected. I would say this it should be legally protected because I've been using it to show that these people who are like wizards and, they think they're the Sorcerer Supreme Karl Mordo are using like things to protect them from what their kind of evil stuff they're doing in the darkness, like and behind the scenes and stuff. Uh, these kind of videos are like, I can use Doctor Strange because it's about, sorcerers and shit doing evil stuff in the darkness. I mean, that's like, so it is clearly a fair use of it, whether they would want to acknowledge it or not, like whether this will acknowledge it or not. So I believe my video is protected under fair use, fair dealing, or similar exceptions to copyright. And then let's see. I'm not exactly sure what I would call this actually. Um, but I'm gonna say commentary because I give my commentary over it, or maybe educational, because or a news report, or I mean, like which one would I do of this? Because it's kind of not any of these. But if I say other, I'm worried it will be like, you know, I don't know. I'll do educational, but I'll do commentary. I transformed. No, I have used my own visual overlay that transforms the content. I am giving commentary. Oh, I spelled commentary wrong. Whatever. Okay. uh, I'm giving relevant commentary over the video clip explaining over the commentary over the video clip. Some of this is like, are they actually going to read this? And like, if they would have to watch it, and like, if you watch it, I'm clearly doing what I'm saying here, and it's clearly like fair use. But okay, um, I use the content to explain a situation going on around me, which is not okay, and it is, and I use it to help me illustrate points. Okay, I think that's reasonable. I My video doesn't infringe anybody's copyright. One of the things here is I'm not trying to make money off this. I know that that's what they say. It's like that's not a valid excuse. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not claiming it's mine, though. To some degree, it does seem like it's like this is my intellectual property. To some degree, I mean, like with the other points that I've made, if I'm using it to this degree, it kind of feels like it. But I'm not making. I'm not even like that's not my claim for this. For why it it would be fair use. Why my dispute would be. I understand the claimant will be able to review my video and my dispute rationale. Okay, but if I say things in it that they don't like, that is not a fair enough reason for them to shut me up using this tactic. There can't be, as we go further into the future, I think, like where the internet and this kind of stuff is more relevant than it ever has been, then I think the laws need to change to where it's just, you can use it and they don't have the like they would have to really prove their case. Like it can't be like this gray area where they can just shut you up if they need to. It needs to be like they have to prove that you're using it in a way that is like uh they might say even that me saying certain words in the video would be damaging or something to their brand, but if I'm being harassed and like something is, seemingly, I don't know, using weird kind of stuff in the darkness to like mess with me, how can I defend myself if this is like such a good illustration that I can kind of make points with it? So, my whole point here is people shouldn't be able to shut you up because you're using content that they own, like in that sense, right? Does that make sense? Um, you should be able to use stuff in a fair way. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's the same way I feel about the music stuff, um, like making the mixes. So you should be able to use music in like a fair way to express yourself or whatever. But like this should be, I should be able to use these videos to protect myself in a situation where I'm being harassed and stuff. And some of this is using humor to like disarm these people who are using really kind of evil forms of sexuality and like implied sexuality and other kind of evil stuff that, mental tricks and stuff like that. Using humor to like kind of show its worthless mentalism, and it's just BS that evil people do to kind of shut people up. I think that me, even if the humor seems dark or whatever, it's like appropriate. But okay, I understand filing fraudulent disputes may result in the termination of my YouTube account. I also think recording this, I have evidence to show, like, I clearly don't. This is not a fraudulent dispute. I clearly believe what I'm saying and what I'm typing in here. Uh, and okay, so YouTube does not review content disputes. Now they have 30 days. And then if it stays like that, um, what will ultimately happen is I think I can appeal it one time, though the appeals process is not perfect. And I've seen a lot of stuff where people get, they don't, even if they have a valid, they've, done things validly, it still doesn't get appealed right. But I do think that, like, if a third party was to look, what I'm saying is completely valid. So a first party, Disney themselves or whatever thing does this stuff for Disney, because I think they hire third party things to do this kind of stuff, um, is, the Magic Kingdom, as opposed to that one kingdom that I want to go to, the Kingdom of Heaven. A Magic Kingdom sounds like the place where those magicians and wizards and sorcerers and stuff are. What the Bible describes as a diviner enchanter is the word for snake, and that's the thing that in the Bible, like, is the enemy of all mankind. Is that the kingdom that Disney's building, or are they trying to build a kingdom of heaven and they're just a little off in their ideology and they don't quite have something as powerful as the Bible to be backing them? And maybe they need help, and maybe they need someone like Matthew Ray Wilkins who can make sense of this. I'd love to help with that, but they'd have to approach me first. Anyway, so okay, we'll see what happens. If I have to appeal it, I'll make another video of me appealing it. So that's gonna end this. I mean, this is a 27-minute long video, but I think it's worth it to have. This is why I try to record things so that I have evidence of the situation, so that when it comes back and I can, at some point, if I'm just like completely defeated by everything and there's just a wall of videos that like explain my situation and I have all this stuff saved in hard drives and stuff, someday, at some point, there's going to be some change, hopefully, where it actually has to be, where it's engaged. But I'm going to end this here. I hope this made things a little more clear, and that's it. So have a blessed one, and I'll catch you next time. Later. Yeah.